We're going to go ahead and get started with Antje Duvekot. Antje's been here once before, put on a great show. Just an amazing singer-songwriter and really a rising star on the singer-songwriter circuit. So please welcome Antje Duvekot.
So I feel so exhausted. I went on a really long hike, 3.5 hours. Today, very proud because today was the first day where I didn't take my steak knife with me because I've been afraid of those mountain lions that you guys have. So today I went undefended and was ready to just fight him with my bare hands. But this was downtown Boulder too, so I really I worry a lot. So this is a song that it wasn't even really meant to be a real song. I wrote this for a friend of mine, and so it was really just for her, but people seem to like it, and it's called Diana's Song. And Diana is basically my best friend in the whole world. She's actually kind of my family, so. When I was a little butterfly, I wasn't off to the best start. I flew right into a big wet puddle and would not have gotten far. Little wings stuck to the pavement amidst pedestrians and cars, but you spotted me and picked me up, 'cause that's the way you are, that's the way. Well, you took me in and dragged me off, and I wondered what I did to deserve a spot in your loving heart. No, you're never getting rid of me, and I would have to search the whole wide world till my feet hurt for a friend like you, and I could make it a full-time task. I don't think anyone would pass, 'cause I love you more than I could ever say, more than most anything. The winter, spring, summer, fall, Tupperware and fudge, your little butterfly flew cricket, bet you loved me just as much. And you said, take my love with you, this will always be your home. You may flutter off in crooked flight, but you will never be alone. And I know I would have to search the whole wide world until my feet hurt for a friend like you, and I could make it a full-time task. I don't think anyone would pass, 'cause I love you more than I could ever say, more than most anything, more than most anything. Maybe one day I'll be famous, and maybe one day I'll be rich, and I will buy you a mansion and some German kitchen knives. But just in case that doesn't happen, I wrote this song here to remind you of how very much I love you. So let me tell you one more time, I know that I would have to search the whole wide world until my feet hurt for a friend like you, and I could make it a full-time task. I don't think anyone would pass, 'cause I love you more than I could ever say, more than most anything, more than most anything. So yes, I've played here one time before, and it was a great tour that I did with my friend Anais Mitchell. It's always a lot more fun to do a tour with a friend because you get to have adventures. By yourself, you don't typically have adventures. So this last Colorado tour that I was on with my friend Anais, we had a lot of fun, and one of our high points on that tour happened actually in Colorado. We were heading from Colorado to Oklahoma City, and it's really beautiful here, obviously, but once you're driving out back east, you might know it just gets like really boring. Like it's like Kansas, just it's actually Colorado. So we were driving for many hours. We'd been driving about 8 hours, and we were so bored. And so finally, suddenly in the fields, there popped up these huge billboards, and one of them said, largest prairie dog in the world. And then another, you know this place? It's called Prairie Dog Town. And another billboard that said, live five-legged steer, exit 35 or whatever. So we were like, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're really bored. So we pulled over to this place, and it was a sketchy place to begin with, and the guy that was taking tickets to see Prairie Dog Town was like a biker kind of guy with tattoos, and he was kind of scary. So he said it's going to be $6.50 to get in, and we're kind of starving artists, so we hesitated. And so he said, okay, I'll give you 10% off. So then my friend Danae, who is kind of spunky, like I really admire her. She's a total extrovert, and she starts bargaining with the guy, and I have so much admiration for that because I would never bargain. And so she's bargaining with the guy, and she said, how about 20 for the three of us? And so I was like, wow, go Anaïs. How cool are you? And then I did the math, and it was actually more than he had offered us. So we paid a little bit more to get into Prairie Dog Town. But it was kind of worth it because, well, okay, so the largest prairie dog in the world was made of plaster, and we were kind of expecting that sort of thing. Anyway, but the five-legged steer was actually real. Not only that, they had a six-legged one too. They had two mutant cows, one of which had like an extra leg coming out of its shoulder, and the other one had two extra mutant legs hanging out of its backside. So the cows were real, and so it was not disappointing. And we observed the cows for quite a while, and then to our great fortune, one of the cows, the six-legged one, well, it took a dump, and and it turns out it had, on either side of its legs, it had, okay, essentially it had two orifices, both of which were functional, so so we took pictures, and it's just one of those things you really hope for. So we called him Twainus, and he was definitely the sort of theme of our road trip. So speaking of road trips, this is a road song, and it's called Long Way. And I'm going to play the harmonica on this, even though I don't really know how to play, but I'm a big Bob Dylan fan and never stopped him. So I'm a big Neil Young fan too. He actually knows how to play. I love his playing. I want to become as good as Neil Young because his playing makes me want to cry, and it's beautiful. I'll make you want to cry too, in a different way. We bid our friends goodbye. We promised we would write them and headed north up 95 into the great unknown. Turned up our stereo and I felt so reckless and alive. We didn't know who we would be, we didn't know where we would end up when we headed down that road. A little food and our guitars in the backseat and that old cello, the one that would get stolen in a town in Idaho. It's a long way to Michigan and back, and it's a long way. Yes, it's a long way. The clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. I've never seen reflections of the cleanest of blue as in Minnesota lakes. Those were the longest nights of wood smoke and northern lights as we talked until the morning came. The light of glowing embers, as sweet as I remember, among the rustling of the legend of the harvest moon and sweet ballad of the loon. I felt as ancient as I was meant to be, and it's a long way to Washington and back, and it's a long way. Yes, it's a long way. The clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. Caught you from the payphone in windy, cold Missoula, and then from Midland in the rain. No place as proud and sad as the South Dakota Badlands that touched me more than I could explain. The dirt poor reservation where the Oglala Nation tries to hang on to its ways. A feather and peyote pipe, a six-pack of Miller Lite sits on the dashboard of a beat-up Chevrolet, and it's a long way to Tennessee and back, and it's a long way. Yes, it's a long way. Clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. Well, out in California, we touched the other ocean, and I still have that jar of sand. In the Arizona desert, the sky goes on forever. You've never seen a thing as grand. But North Montana was cold. She keeps her secrets frozen under glaciers way up north. And people have got lost up there in the home of the grizzly bear, and you can ask the mountain, but the mountain doesn't care, and it's a long way. Delaware and back, and it's a long way. Yes, it's a long way. The clouds upon our backs, and it's a long, 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 long way. It's a long way. On the worn-out heels of Kerouac, it's a long, 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 long way. It's called Vertigo, and it's about overcoming your fears. You're on a high wire, and I'm climbing out, and I feel the danger as I steal a kiss from your mouth. And I will try to hold steady wanna make you believe that the height of this tightrope is just second nature to me. 'Cause I will break all my bones, 'cause I lied about the vertigo, and I have never been up this high. There'll be no safety net when I fall right out of the sky. There will be no ambulance waiting, and I have no wings to fly. And we will meet on the borders, barefoot and blessed, going colorful graveyards with flower bouquets for the dead. And I won't ask you to promise that I will not come to harm. But when the wind tugs my courage, will you be my brother in arms? 'Cause I will break all my bones, 'cause I lied about the vertigo, and I have never been up this high. There'll be no safety net when I fall right out of the sky. And there will be no ambulance waiting, and I have no wings to fly. But the view from this height, high above the Ferris wheel lights, might cause me to sway. But I am teaching myself to be brave. 'Cause I will break all my bones, 'cause I lied about the vertigo, and I have never been up this high. There'll be no safety net when I fall right out of the sky. And there will be no ambulance waiting, and I have no wings to fly. So I'm gonna do two more. So this next song is a very old song of mine, and I didn't like it anymore. Pretty much thrown it away. I never played it anymore. And then about a year ago, a very large corporation came along, and they used this particular song for a national ad campaign, and they paid me. I'm not gonna say the number, but well, I could buy a new car and make my record with the money. So they paid me a lot of money. So now I like this song again. Believe it or not. So I'm gonna play it for you now. So the corporation, I'm gonna tell you what it was. It was Bank of America. This was a year ago when they still had cash, and they really, this song really did fit the ad pretty well. But there was one problem, which is the word breast appeared in the song It's completely benign lyric, but they did not like that, and so they asked me if I could change that one line, and so I changed it to knockers, and they made me redo it. I don't know why. But I'm going to give you the full-out, uncensored version. Yes? Did you see it? I never saw it. I don't watch enough TV, but so here you go. It's called Merry-Go-Round. Someone is tossing paddles in the stream somewhere. Someone is standing at the foothills of their dreams, and someone got a paintbrush, is painting over doubt. Someone opened up his eyes and saw the sun coming out. Someone was captive and found the courage to get off, throw a boulder in the well somewhere the rain has stopped. Someone is finding the place where they belong. Well, every day is summer somewhere in the world, and the summer boys are headed for the falls to kiss the girls with their impatient hands, groping honey breasts and curls. They are filled with desire. And high in the hills, there's a baby being born. As forgiveness and peace wash over bruises and sores. People bridging the distance over nettles and thorns. Everyone aboard on a merry-go-round. Some things arise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze, and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. A rich man counting money, tired man counting sheep, while the saved man counts his blessings, the hungry man his beans. There's a million people praying, raising up their eyes to what turns out to be the same God, the same sky, and we are slightly scared of death, a little bit afraid, so we celebrate everything we can think to celebrate. We shall sing out loud to keep the hounds away and mountain lions. Everyone aboard on a merry-go-round. Some things arise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze, and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Prisons will crumble and governments will fall. It's the order of freedom to be preceded by walls, 'cause the truth will be worthless if no one ever lied. So we carry our shame in the interest of pride, and we have all these questions to make us go wrong. We got all this distance to make us come home. As the sun burns, a child learns, the tide churns, the world turns. Everyone aboard on the merry-go-round. Some things arise up so that others come down. If the devil don't dance, heaven won't shine. It's a mighty thick haze, and it's a pretty thin line. If the faucet is tightened up, the love won't flow. If the love isn't bright enough, the corn won't grow. If the night isn't dark enough, the moon won't glow. Thanks. So this here song is a Steve Goodman song. Actually, no, I think I'm going to play a different one. Is that okay? I'm going to play you a brand new one that's kind of half-baked, but the good thing about that is that it's most reflective of where I'm at right now. So it's, even though it's half-baked, it's authentic. Oh yeah, and it has mountains. It is mountainous, so... Once you stood below a mountain, now you find yourself surprised. This is the sweet spot of your life. This new view compares to nothing. Gone the hardships of your climb, yeah. This is the sweet spot of your life. And it would seem the ice is melting. It seems you've come in from the cold. This is the sweet spot of your life. And all the streams, they are now fuller than what the river banks can hold, yeah. This is the sweet spot of your life. So you must hold these days like treasures in a jewel box in your heart. This is the sweet spot of your life. For you know well they are most precious, and to an old tree you must carve them. This is the sweet spot of your life. You always wanted something solid, just one solid thing. But oh, those fickle angels only would love you when you sing. But you don't need those fickle angels to shine. This is the sweet spot of your life. Thank you.